Hi everyone, this tutorial is going to be showing how to reach your cell phone from Visuino with messages, notifications or email. And to use that I'm going to use Blynk. It's an app on the phone that can program your Arduino to do some scripting and input outputs and so on. But the problem that I needed to solve, the reason why I came up with this idea is because SMTP on your mail in Visuino needs unsecure connection and you can't use Gmail or Hotmail for that type of thing. So therefore I tried to use a workaround with a HTTP client from Visuino to Blynk. So first up, I'm starting with a clean Arduino for Visuino project and changing from my Arduino, which is Node MCU ESP12. So it's a ESP826612E that I'm using. So first up, I'm gonna configure my Wi-Fi settings. I disable the access point. I'm not sure if you need to do that, but I usually do that. I add an access point and type in the SSID and the password, like so. And after that, I'm gonna add a HTTP client. Let's see, sockets, and using a TCP IP client. That's gonna be my substitute for a HTTP client. Instead of a web browser, I'm using this protocol through Visuino. So first up, I need the IP or the host name to the Blynk server. So I have a project here from earlier. I'm gonna copy paste that from the sockets. I use the settings and the address blynk-cloud.com, and it shouldn't be any more than that over there. Copy that. No IP. So I paste that into the host settings. And port is going to be 80. It's a standard HTTP port. So it's unsecure, but that wouldn't matter much. Anyways, from there I'm going to use a timer, like so. This timer is going off every 5 seconds. It's going to trigger a random integer generator and it's going to turn on and off the module for let's see, for the client settings. So if you look over here in the Wi-Fi sockets, I've got a sync pin to turn it on and turn it off. And the reason why I use that is to make sure that every time there's been a connection, I'm gonna reset everything and do another connection. Because the problem is when you've done one connection with the HTTP, it's gonna abort every further actions. So you can't connect twice. You only can connect once. So to work around that, I'm using a Boolean sync pin, and that's going to be triggered by the timer. So I go back to my project, Wi-Fi sockets, TCP client, and I'm gonna instead of just keep it enabled, I'm going to use the sync pin feature, like so. Now you got an enable connection over here as well. And as this project, a timer, integer generator. So timer and random integer generator, and after that I need a formatted text, and in this formatted text I'm going to do two things. First up, I'm going to use an integer element, and that is going to be the path that I push the random integer. And this is just for a trial, a demo, if you will, to make sure that everything works. You can use this as a button or like a temperature sensor or whatever you wish. And after that I'm closing this, connecting the random integer generator and timer to the enable, like so. And to use the protocol that Blynk needs, I need to format a text in this formatted text window. And over here you just can type any clear text thing that you use in the terminal window in the usual, like so. No, let's do it like this, buddy. So if you connect with Telnet, you can use CMP as well, if you got Telnet over here. But over here, if you use Telnet, you can do that sort of connection that this TCP client uses. So if you know what to send over PuTTY, you do pretty much the same thing in this window. So I'm going to use a syntax for HTTP. I go back to my main project over here. I'm going to copy this, and notice one thing. It's going to be a new line after everything, and that's necessary. Otherwise this command will not be sent. It's going to wait for further commands, and it's not gonna finish that command. So over here, this is a HTTP API for Blynk. I'm using my project ID and the virtual pin 25. You can use 0 or whatever you like, and the value I'm saying, %0, is the integer value. You can use, if you got several, you can do everything twice, like so. If you have several things you want to upload and different values, like if you have 2 integer or whatever you have, some text or something, so it's possible to push it twice as well. Just now I'm going to use this to push it only once. Press OK for now. I'm going to come back to that. And let's see. I forgot something. The output from the TCP client isn't necessary. It's just for debugging purposes, so I know what's happening if the connection is accepted or denied or whatever. So I'm gonna add that in my project as well. Output, and push that to serial input. Now I need the project ID, this XXXXXXX. So I'm going to copy paste that from my project in Blynk. So I got Blynk on my phone over here. So this is an earlier project that I'm working on. And I'm going to create a new project. I'm using an ESP8266. Going through Wi-Fi and create. So I sent the ID to my email. So this is my token that I got through the mail. So I'm going to copy that and minimize. I'm going to paste it in here. So this should not be a broken line. It's not going to be a new line over there. It's going to be all in one line. And that should be it. In my phone in Blynk, I'm gonna add some information bar or label or something. So value display, and that is going to be connected to my virtual pin 0. So pin 0. So virtual 0, the value that it would be expected is between 0 and, this is not necessary, but just for cuteness. And the interval, the frequency it's going to update, try to use the lowest amount that you need, because if it's connecting to the Blynk server very often, you're gonna get banned or denied access or something. It's not good at all. So 0 to 100, and that's it. This is going to be showing my value as soon as everything's uploaded and running. So I push a play symbol just to make sure everything is running. And on this end, the random image generator is going to throw a value between 0 and 100, just the same numbers as I used in Blynk. It's not necessary, but it's good to use. That's it. And the interval that I'm sending is going to be 5 seconds. So I'm going to add a 5 instead of 1. That should be it over there. So it's sending on and off on the TCP module, and it's gonna at the same time do a random generation of an integer, sending that value to the formatted text on my input 0, percentage 0. So that's this value over here. And it's going to be pushed to the virtual pin 0, which matches my pin over here as well. The protocol is going to be HTTP 1.1, and the host that it's going to connect to is blynk-cloud.com, and the connection is going to be closed every time. It's not going to be open. It's very common to use open over here, but I'm just want to make sure it's going to close every time on the server as well. So that should be it. Okay, everything is uploaded, but I remembered one thing, and the thing is nothing gets passed on to my TCP module. So I need to connect the output from the format text to the input on the TCP client. Oh, I forgot one more thing. And of course, you need to use a timer that restarts every 5 seconds, not only going through everything once. and the third time is charm. I try to connect, and now it sends the HTTP command. Everything's okay, and connection is closed, and after 5 seconds it does it again. Now if you didn't use a timer to enable and disable the Wi-Fi socket, it should only be showing once. So if you have that problem, you must make a timer, put the whole function on and off every time. So let's see, in my phone the value shows every 5 seconds, the random integer value. And now I know that the whole flow from my timer and random integer, I know everything works fine up till my phone. So to make even more fun now, it's gonna make a random between 0 and 100. So I'm gonna stop with this application and add a couple of other features. So I'm gonna add a notification. No, I'm gonna use a mail instead, because I don't have enough of cache or whatever you like to call it. So I'm gonna need a let's see, inventor. I don't have enough to use that, so I'm gonna add some energy. Okay, now I got enough to make to add an inventor. I'm gonna add that in my project. Go in and change a few settings. I'm gonna add a new event, and that is pretty much an if statement. So when virtual pin value 0, you change it to whatever you like. So this is gonna match the value you're pushing over here in my syntax. It's gonna match that one. So I press OK. So if it's higher than, let's say, 50, then you can turn a pin high or low. You can send a notification so it shows up in your phone. It's not going to send a mail, or you can use an email. If you use the notification feature, you need to add that module as well in Blynk. But just now I'm gonna use the send email feature. So now you can type whatever text you like. The subject is going to be inventor, intriguing, blah blah blah, something like that. So every time it reaches 51 or higher, it's going to send me an email. And that's going to be awful right now. So if you just backed out of this one, it's not going to be active. It's not going to show anything over here. You just need to press OK. And when this is showing, everything is alright. Go out over here. So if you like the notification, which we didn't use, you need to add that one as well. Let's see. You need to add this one instead of that one. But now we're using email. I'm gonna start it. And the value of 5. Every time it reaches about 50, like so, 65. Now it's gonna shoot an email over here to me. Just in a few seconds. Like so. You see 48, yeah, but it's already been 65, so it's already sent. It's gonna keep on doing this as long as I have my app on and configured that way. So here you can add the value of the pin as well, if you like. So it's gonna show 65 like that. It's all in the Blynk app. Just read it and you'll figure everything out. But that's pretty much it. Good luck and happy blinking.